morning, Agents of Nothing, and welcome to our Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast. We're your commanding officers. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Caroline.
And today we're going to be talking about Season 3, Episode 20, Emancipation.
Yeah. So, Mariah, how was your week?
It was all right. I went Christmas shopping for myself with my mom because I couldn't come up with anything that I wanted for Christmas. So she was like, we're just going to go shopping until you come up with something.
I mean, hey, at least then you get something you want.
Yeah. And I just recently, I'm about halfway through The Crown Season 6.
Oh, nice. How is it so far?
It's good. It's good. They handled Diana's death very tactfully.
Good. I don't think I've seen any of that season yet. So, but that's good to know.
Yeah.
My week was great.
So wait, hold on. Let me start that over. Rewind. So, how was your week?
My week was fantastic. So David was off this week because he finished at his job. So we got lots of time together, and then I went to my work Christmas party last night, which was a murder mystery.
Whoa.
Which was super fun. I've always wanted to go to one before. And then I have a new baby at home.
Woo!
I got a puppy today. Y'all may remember me talking about puppy sitting a couple weeks ago, and I ended up keeping one of them. So I just picked her up today, and I love her very much. And if you would like to see her, then you can watch our subscriber exclusive for this week, because I did put her on camera as well as Chip. And yeah. So that's all.
Oh, behind my ear is itchy. Okay. What does that mean? Like, when your nose is itchy, it means... Is that the one that means somebody wants to kiss you? Or is that money?
Is it? I don't know. Your palm itching is money.
Okay, so then your nose itching is somebody wants to kiss you. What does it mean when the back of your ear?
I don't know about the back of your ear, or if it's just the ear in general, but I think your ear itching means someone's talking about you.
Oh. I thought that was your ears ringing.
I don't know. If that's the case, people with tinnitus have terrible friends.
Yeah. Okay. So,
let's get
this episode was written by Craig Titley and directed by Vincent Misiano.
Craig Titley!
And something that I learned recently is that fucking Craig Titley wrote the screenplay for the terrible Percy Jackson movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And also the 2003 Scooby-Doo movie.
Editing Mariah here. Long time no talk. I said 2003, but I meant 2002. Okay, carry on.
Is that the one?
That's the like live action one.
Oh, okay.
I think the first live action one.
That one was good, wasn't it?
I think so.
Spooky Island or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, they can't all be hits. Craig Titley has done a lot of things.
Yep. He's got a history, that Craig Titley.
Anyway.
And I learned this because I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts. It's called The Newest Olympian. And if you're a Percy Jackson fan and you have not listened to The Newest Olympian, I highly, highly recommend it because it is so funny. So funny. Please have me on the podcast, Mike.
Oh my God. You know what has happened a lot recently? I've had at least 2, maybe 3 people in the last few months come into my job, and they see me wearing a Taylor Swift shirt and they comment on it because they are also a fan. And then they have been wearing some kind of Percy Jackson merch.
Interesting.
And every time I'm like, you would be really good friends with my best friend.
That's fantastic. I love it.
It's like a little hug from you every time.
Aww.
Yeah.
So, do we meet any new characters?
No. We reunite with some old faves, but that is all.
Gotcha.
Let's get started.
Let's.
So, we meet up with Coulson in an empty bar. Where the hell do they keep finding empty bars to just hang out in, by the way? He's just reading a newspaper while the TV news anchor catches us, the audience, up on what's happening in the MCU. Captain America has disappeared after his feud with Tony Stark over the Sokovia Accords.
So, the episode acknowledges the death of Peggy Carter in Civil War, which executive producer Jeffrey Bell said was important for the series due to her role in the universe as a founder of S.H.I.E.L.D., adding, "Anytime we can make a connection to her, whether in a flashback or dealing with what's happening now, it makes the universe smaller." At the time of Emancipation's airing, the fate of the character's own television series, Agent Carter, was unknown, with several outlets noting that this could be a surprise meta-announcement of that series' cancellation. Wow. ABC officially canceled the series 2 days later.
Oh my god. Were they literally just waiting for S.H.I.E.L.D. to announce it?
I have no idea. But that's a really weird coincidence, if it's a coincidence.
Yeah, that's like, wow.
And also the newspaper article that Phil Coulson reads about the death of Peggy Carter, as seen in Captain America Civil War, was written by C. Fryer. Chris Fryer was a production assistant on this episode.
Interesting. Wow. How... I feel like that is not usually the type of employee that they would name something after in a show.
A PA?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like, I don't know, just from my limited knowledge of Hollywood, it seems like PAs are like lower on the totem pole, you know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
But I could be wrong. Obviously, they did it, so
yeah.
Good for him. They were like, "You're a great PA."
You're a great PA. You're going to be in the newspaper, bud. Not just in the newspaper, writing the newspaper.
Yes, bitch. Anyway, so May meets up with Coulson to ask what they're going to do with the government watching over their shoulders yet again. And Coulson says, "I'll deal with the government." And, oh my god, would you, please? Like, now, though? He says, "I'll deal with the government," and he tells May to deal with Hive and to use whatever means necessary. All options are on the table. May leaves just before General Talbot arrives to talk to Coulson about the Sokovia Accords as well. Talbot wants to see the S.H.I.E.L.D. base without being blindfolded the whole trip, and he's been given orders by the president to get Coulson to re-legitimize S.H.I.E.L.D. and register any Inhumans that he may or may not have working for him. Coulson says, not a chance. But he will show him the base. So then Coulson buckles up his seatbelt in his booth at the bar, and then the whole booth and table start to descend into the ground below, and into the base, which is fucking hilarious.
So, this episode explains the film's lack of acknowledgement of the Inhumans. Hold on, I said that weird. I broke this fun fact up into smaller pieces, so.
Oh, okay.
It's worded weirdly. So the episode explains Civil War's lack of acknowledgement of the Inhumans and the wider effects of the Accords, due to the film having been written before the series' third season began production. by noting that S.H.I.E.L.D. would have to become a legitimate organization again if it revealed itself and the Inhumans to the general public, and with that would come any rules and regulations that come with government oversight, which would interfere with the group's attempts to defeat Hive.
Yes. Because the government just slows everything down, obviously.
Yeah.
So Daisy is still draining herself, her fucking blood, while hacking into S.H.I.E.L.D.'s security cams to check in on Lincoln. She sees that he's still in isolation and says he must have been a bad boy. And then Hive comes in and says, "You like the bad boys." Why? I hated that. He is so gross. I did not like that at all. Just then, Daisy gets kicked out by yet another firewall. Hive expresses their dissatisfaction that S.H.I.E.L.D. keeps making them have to move and start over, wasting time. But Daisy assures them that she'll get it figured out. And then Daniel Radcliffe comes in to check on Daisy and decides that they've gotten enough blood for today. He then gets very flustered, and he clearly has not slept much himself during all of this. And so he tells Hive that they are ready for the alpha test, and then he fucking leaves. So they have all of the proper ingredients now, and they just need volunteers. And Hive says that they have some recruits in mind as a gift for Daisy. Oh, fuck. What? I actually still don't understand why they said that was for Daisy. Like, as a gift for her.
So it's... I explain it later.
Okay. We'll come back to this. We'll circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back.
So May brings Lincoln his daily rations, and Lincoln has an attitude, as usual. He still has not gotten it through his thick fucking skull that he can't just impulsively do whatever he wants and think that he's going to single-handedly save Daisy. He also does not understand how immune systems work.
And he's a doctor.
Literally. I always forget that he's a doctor because he's so fucking stupid all the time.
And that's just the proof that book smart does not equal smart.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. This is the smartest idiot ever. Anyway, so May maybe finally possibly gets through to him by letting him know that Talbot is in the building. So Lincoln needs to straighten the fuck up or they'll hand him right over to the government. The government. You know what's funny? I was saying, I repeated government to, like, be funny, but I'm pretty sure I just said it like that naturally, too. So... I'm just making fun of myself now. So Fitzsimmons confirmed that actually Lincoln and his immune system are fine. He was right. And Coulson just wants to keep him out of the way, which valid, honestly. Simmons is still working on another cure for Daisy by herself because Fitz, unfortunately, has to spend all of his time keeping Daisy from hacking her way in.
Fitz and Daisy having a hack-off is so funny to me for some reason.
It's hilarious. It's digital whack-a-mole.
I love it.
But then just as they have a moment to flirt, they get literally half a second because then May interrupts and tells them to forget everything about playing Daisy defense. She says that although Hive is a parasite, they also have humans inside of them. And two of those humans, Simmons and Fitz, have spent a significant amount of time with. So she says that they need to start thinking like the enemy and figure out what Hive's end goal is and how to stop them. Talbot is shocked about the location of the S.H.I.E.L.D. base being right under his nose the whole time. And then Coulson introduces him to Elena. She's back.
Yo-yo!
Yeah. I was confused about why she was back, because I was like, is this just because Mac is out of commission? But I actually don't know why she was there. They just liked her, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Elena says that she doesn't want to be put on any list because then there will be a price on her head. And Talbot says no one will find out about the list. And Elena all but laughs at him and starts to walk away, except for when Coulson asks her to show Talbot what she can do. So she steals his military ribbons, or whatever they're called, and then she walks away. And then Talbot reminds Coulson about S.H.I.E.L.D.'s index, and Coulson reminds Talbot that shit was fucked up. And then I meant to write yikes, but I wrote yikees. There is a mystery militant group training to be the cure to the disease that is in humans. Don't like that.
And to which I said, my original note was, oh, the watchdogs. I almost forgot about them. But then I read this and I said, clearly you just straight up forgot about them.
Yep. The name barely rings a bell at all.
Because of the stupid little masks.
Yeah.
I thought you would recognize the stupid little masks.
I thought they looked stupid. But I did not recognize them. I was like, who the fuck are these nerds?
Oh.
So Lincoln realizes that Daisy is probably trying to hack the security cams, so he takes a chance and talks directly to her, saying that he needs to talk to her. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just realized May's plan is fucking genius. Daisy turns on his TV with a message saying, I'm here, I'm listening. Oh my god, she told Fitz and Simmons to stop. This is so genius. I'm gonna do that the whole episode now. So Daisy creates a loop of Lincoln sleeping for the cameras, and then she shows up on the TV screen so that they can talk face to face, finally. He says, how are you? And she says, a little drained.
Daisy!
I swear to God, this bitch. Oh my God. So she asks why he's locked up, and he says, they don't trust me. He conveniently leaves out all the reasons that he's made himself untrustworthy, although that is clearly on purpose now. But he probably would have said that before anyway. Daisy reminds him that she offered for him to come with her, and he refused. And he says that he didn't want to be brainwashed. And she's like, do I sound brainwashed to you? Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
You do, actually. Yeah. You literally have, like, a quarter of the blood you're supposed to have. So they both say that they want to talk again soon. But Daisy sees Coulson and Talbot heading toward Lincoln, so she has to go. Lincoln and Talbot still hate each other, and I don't remember why, but that's pretty on brand for both of them, so I accept it.
I think it's because Lincoln tried to kill Talbot's bodyguard, who was the buff, bald guy.
Oh, okay. There are too many buff, bald men on this show. How was I supposed to remember? So Elena finds Mac in the kitchen sulking. She gets him to open up about why he's kind of given up on saving Daisy. He obviously has valid reasons to believe that Daisy is beyond saving, given that she almost killed him. And also, Hive is just the biggest, baddest villain they've ever faced, and he doesn't see how they're going to be able to beat this one. Elena tells Mac that this is exactly how evil wins, when good people begin to doubt and start to run the other way instead of standing up and fighting. And in Mac's defense, in this particular moment, I'm pretty sure that Daisy shattered every bone in his body, so he's not exactly in fighting shape. But she leaves him with a Colombian saying and a very cute wink. The evil preys on the weak because it fears the strong.
And Mac's gotten so much better at Spanish. I love he was just able to translate it on the dime. Him and Yo-Yo were so cute.
So cute. I wish they weren't such long distance. They could be together. So Talbot convinces, or he thinks he convinces, Lincoln to register for this list against Coulson's wishes. But I'm pretty sure he's going to just dip and find Daisy.
The episode is set in the aftermath of Captain America Civil War and deals with how the Inhumans are affected by the Sokovia Accords, with some members of the S.H.I.E.L.D. team feeling, quote, Inhumans should be registered, and others who feel that it's a first step to them being sequestered, imprisoned, exterminated. Bennett said, We've been dealing with the bigger issues of Civil War on a smaller, more personal scale for a while now. It's been building. We've been having our own mini version of Civil War.
That's true. Not that I've seen Civil War yet, but it's true.
So true, bestie.
So then Coulson shows Talbot the other Inhuman that they have on base. Lash. Poor Dr. Garner. And poor May. I just get the feeling that she goes down there to see him a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Talbot asks why Lash is still alive, much less on the base, and Coulson says he might prove to be an asset. And, yeah, maybe he can kill Hive.
Wow.
Is what I said.
The way Talbot said Gandhi. Now I said it. Now I said it like that. The way that he said Gandhi took me out. I don't care if that thing used to be Gandhi.
It was hilarious. I love him. I feel like every TV show needs some version of this character to just say things funny.
Yeah. To just say, like, the most out-of-pocket things. Oh my god, Glenn Talbot is the Sue Sylvester of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Shut up. Shut your mouth right now. Wait, no. Okay, I feel like people had, like, a legitimate fear of Sue Sylvester, though. Nobody is terrified of Glenn Talbot.
But I feel like she starts out as the enemy and then ends up kind of being frenemies and then becomes an enemy again and then isn't it? Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Okay.
That's incredible.
Whew.
Wow.
Where were we?
Okay. So Daisy hops on the TV again to ask Lincoln if he really wants to leave. And he says only if he can see her.
Lincoln,
This is so dramatic.
My note here was, Lincoln, you better be tricking her. I can't remember if you are.
He's so lovesick.
I know.
He just loves her so much. He just wants to be with her, even if she's brainwashed.
Gag.
Talbot also wants to see Daisy. She's so popular.
So popular.
But May tells him that she's out on assignment. But Talbot already has video surveillance of Daisy and Hive together, and he was just waiting to catch Coulson in a lie. And now he has.
And what are you gonna do about it?
The mystery ATCU militants, the watchdogs, find their next target and think that they trap him in an alley. But it's James. And he grabs a fucking chain, because there's just chains on random dumpsters all the time. Sets it on fire and then fights them back. They try to turn away, but then Hive is right there. And they're like, what do you want from us? And Hive goes, I want to turn you into the thing you hate.
Ooh.
Whoa. That was... Love that, actually. What a line.
So, the Washington license plate... This is a goof. This is a goof, you guys. We haven't had a goof in a while.
A goof!
Here's a goof.
Play it on me.
The Washington license plate of the Watch Dogs van had an incorrect number. The state of Washington uses a 7-character system, not an 8-character system. Also, the plate AF1... No, is that a 1 or an I? That's an I. Also, the plate...
I think that's an I.
Also, the plate AFI 31506 minus 1 number is a passenger car plate. A 15-passenger van uses a truck plate such as C28592M.
What a goof.
Right?
That's crazy that they wouldn't know that.
I know.
Come on.
A 15-passenger van would use a truck plate.
Obviously. Everybody knows this. I can't believe they didn't do their... Craig Titley, you didn't do your fucking research on Washington license plates.
This is just like Percy Jackson.
So, Fitzsimmons teach Talbot about Hive and all the lore that has been written about them in history. Simmons also shares that they've figured out that Daisy has the Cree blood that Hive is likely looking for. And there's now a threat of Hive creating a virus that can turn any and all humans into inhumans that Hive can then control. Fuck.
Yikes.
Yikes. As James corrals their new recruits into their cage, Hive says that they will soon replace all of their hatred with the peace that Hive provides. Daisy says that these guys don't deserve peace. But Hive says all humans deserve to break free from the prison of their mind, or whatever. Whatever bullshit they want to come up with. Dr. Radcliffe nervously says that he is 100% fairly certain that this will work. So he starts the gas or whatever, and then the watchdogs all start screaming and then go silent, and that was rough. And now we wait to see if it worked. And the answer is kind of.
Truly.
100% fairly maybe.
Yeah.
Sure, it worked. Daisy spends her waiting time helping Lincoln escape S.H.I.E.L.D. She talks him through tricking the security system so that the alarms won't go off because he's an idiot.
Lincoln is literally so impulsive. Like, what do you mean he's trying to escape discreetly and tries to zap it? Hello?
Literally. I don't...
And I paused on the perfect screenshot of him with his hands on his hips, just like so frustrated that Daisy rained on his parade.
That's amazing. I love that. I do wonder if... Was that, like, part of the plan? Like... Or was he actually gonna do that? Or was May gonna, like, turn off the alarms or something?
I don't know.
Imagine May's like, okay, we gotta do this really, really discreetly. Nobody else, even in the base, can know. So, like, just, you know, get out as quietly as possible. I will let them know when it's time for them to know. And then he fucking just fries the alarm. That insane.
I just feel like May probably told him that they had to make it as realistic as possible. Just so that Daisy didn't get any suspicions.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, okay, I have to be a little stupid then. Talbot is simultaneously freaking the fuck out. He suggests for a moment that they bring in the military on this, and Coulson's like, you'll probably lose them at the word devil. And Talbot says, well, do you think I'm an idiot? And then immediately puts up a finger like, don't say anything. Don't say it. And I love this part because when he does that, and they like, the next like shot, you can see Coulson turn to Simmons and laugh in the background. That was fantastic.
That's funny.
Coulson then explains that the military wouldn't move fast enough even if they did agree to help. And then just as Coulson tells Talbot that he needs to trust them, Fitz realizes that Daisy is back in their system and Lincoln is gone.
Dun dun dun.
James opens the container and Radcliffe is horrified to see what he's done to the watchdogs. They are beyond inhuman. They are a little overcooked.
So Dr. Radcliffe refers to the Inhumans he creates as primitives. In the comic books, the alpha primitives were the servants to the Inhumans.
Oh, so that's why they called it the alpha test.
Yeah, maybe so. That would make sense. Look at you go.
Look at me. Look at us. Who would have thought?
Not me.
I wasn't sure if you were going to do it or not. So between Daisy and Fitz, Lincoln is trapped in the base. And Daisy is trying to find him a way out. And the last way out is the Quinjets. But Mac meets Lincoln on the roof, and so Lincoln shocks him into letting go of him and then gets on the jet anyway. And that makes me so sad because Mac was still healing.
He's getting beat the fuck up by these Inhumans.
I know it. Poor guy. So Radcliffe is begging for his life as the primitive Inhumans hold him down for Hive. Radcliffe begs for one more chance, one more test to make them better. And even James calls them pretty ugly. But Hive loves them. Hive thinks that these are the most beautiful creatures ever made because they're made of hive. And it's their children, their own race, and so Hive wants more of them exactly like this.
God. They're so freaky. They're so...
Truly.
Oof.
I didn't want to look at their faces.
They look like something off of Doctor Who.
Yeah. I bet the fucking special effects and like makeup departments went ham on this episode. Yeah. They were like, fuck yes, we can make these.
Yes.
So Elena and Coulson and Talbot find Mac as Lincoln flies away in the Quinjet. And Coulson could do without Talbot's judgment. He's being a little judgy right now. And I feel like maybe it's a little too soon for that. Daisy promises Lincoln that when he meets up with her, it'll be just them, far away from everyone else.
Lincoln, she's lying to you.
She's lying. But after they hang up the phone, as we saw coming, Hive confirms that they know about this. It's all part of their plan. I don't think I'm going to be able to say that sentence better, so we're just going to leave it at that. And to make up for Daisy feeling bad about lying to Lincoln, Hive wants to show Daisy something. Oh Lord, not those things. It's those things. Hive calls them their children, as in Hive and Daisy's children, which I guess they are, but I don't like that.
No.
And Hive says that they need more of Daisy's blood. All of it, actually. All of it.
All of it.
Oh my god. So May comes back to talk to Coulson and Talbot with Lincoln in tow. Lincoln. Stinkin' Lincoln. Coulson and Talbot are shocked that Lincoln isn't on the Quinjet, which coincidentally is arriving to Hive's base right now. It turns out there was an Inhuman on that jet. It was Lash himself, and Hive does not look pleased.
My note here was, yes, he was tricking her! Because I couldn't remember.
Yes! I knew we could have faith in Lincoln. So May and Lincoln explain to the rest of the SHIELD crew what really happened and how they planned everything without anyone else knowing. And I loved this because it was like the end of a Scooby-Doo episode. Which makes sense now. Craig! Titley, you have a type. Poor Mac was not supposed to be up on the roof, but damn, if he ain't a good SHIELD employee, he was gonna go up there and do his job anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and of course, Coulson knew about it the whole time too, because he runs a tight ship, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln tells Talbot that every Inhuman is here for a reason and has a purpose, and he believes that Lash's purpose is to kill Hive. And Talbot says, who in tarnation is naming these things? Which I think is my favorite line in the entire show.
Truly.
It felt like, to me, it felt like something that, like, maybe the fans were, like, making fun of Talbot and, like, saying what in tarnation, even though he hadn't said it before. And so they were like, we're going to make Talbot say what in tarnation.
I don't know. I hope that that's true. But if it's true, I wasn't on that side of Tumblr.
Damn it. Well, if somebody out there knows if I'm right or not, let me know.
Let her know.
Because, well, actually, don't. If I'm right, tell me. But if I'm wrong, don't tell me. Because I'm just gonna believe that I'm right. And then we find out that Lash is in fact immune to Hive's little pixie dust shit, whatever the fuck it is. And he sure does make a hole right in Hive's chest, and I really liked that. But then the alpha primitive Inhumans run out to protect Hive. Daisy sees and tries to fight, even though she's only got, like I said before, a quarter of the blood that she's supposed to have in her body. So she passes out pretty quickly. But she does enough to distract Lash. And then he does something to her. He cured her, apparently. And then I was very concerned about if Hive was dead because they didn't show them again. But then James kills Lash, and then Daisy blasts everybody out of the Quinjet except for Lash. And then oh my god. Why did I write like this? I hate how I wrote it, and I'm trying to come up with a better sentence on the spot, and it's not working. So, okay, I'm gonna go back. Daisy distracts Lash, but then he does something to her. Did he cure her? Wait, is Hive dead? Nope. Wait, fuck. James kills Lash, and then Daisy blasts all of them back out of the Quinjet and lets S.H.I.E.L.D. know that she's coming home.
James, you ruin everything.
Truly. Literally, I hate James. He's not good for any team that he's on, honestly.
No.
So Daisy is escorted onto the base and then greeted by everyone. She tells Lincoln that Lash died trying to save her, but that he didn't kill Hive, unfortunately. Fitz and Lincoln say that Lash's purpose wasn't to kill Hive, it was always to save Daisy. And then Simmons says, that wasn't Lash. Aw, Andrew. Aww. And then May saying goodbye to Andrew broke my heart. Simmons then confirms that Daisy is officially sway-free, which, since when has that been what we're calling it? They just said that as though they've been calling it that this whole time, and they have not, I don't think.
They do that a lot on this show.
But unfortunately, Daisy does have some withdrawal symptoms from the sway. And also, unfortunately, there's bad news too. Fitz reveals that it looks like Hive's plan is to disperse their sway juice high enough in the atmosphere to affect a significant portion of Earth's population, turning them all into the primitive inhumans that Radcliffe created. Talbot confirms, then, that Hive does have a way to get that high up in the atmosphere with the warhead that they stole from the ATCU. I don't know what a warhead is, but it doesn't sound good.
Dun dun dun.
Oh my god. That was so much. And now it's time for the post-content content. Elena visits Mac in his room, and they talk about faith again, and Mac says that he doesn't know if they can win, but he's ready to fight now. And so then Elena, she turns it into this whole little mini ceremony thing, and then she gives him a little cross necklace. It's a little on the nose, but whatever gets him through, you know?
Here we fucking go. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my god.
So,
wow.
overall thoughts?
First of all, I loved going back through this episode, because the plan was genius. And I didn't see a Lash come back at all. I did not see that coming. So
Yeah.
lots of curveballs here.
Yeah.
What about you? Any last thoughts?
No, none for me. None for me.
Cool.
All right. Well, that concludes our episode on Season 3, Episode 20, Emancipation.
Yeah.
Next time, we'll be covering Season 3, Episode 21, Absolution. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Love you.